Hi, welcome to MZoneBlog.com's Power Podcast. I'm your host, as always, John Kuzma, and I have two guests with me tonight. Chuck Cobb, say hi, Mr. Cobb.
Hi.
And Nathan Duffy, say hi, Mr. Duffy.
Hey, how you doing?
We're here to talk some pro football action. We just had a big weekend of football, the conference championship for the NFC and the AFC. The Packers fell short. The Steelers fell short, but the Power Podcast never falls short. All right, first of all, we got Tom Brady has a chance to beat out Terry Bradshaw and Joe Montana as the best ever. Do you see that happening? Who wants to go first?
Well, I absolutely not only see it happen, I already think he's better than both of them. Yeah, he might not have as many rings, but his stats and his overall performance has spoken volumes, and it speaks for itself. You can't think of the greatest ever and not think of Tom Brady.
Definitely for our era, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they evolved the league into a passing game. They always say it's a passing league now, and that's because of guys like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. So I can hear what you're saying, Nathan, especially if you're around our age. Absolutely.
Well, and also the caliber of talent overall. These athletes are way better than they were back in Montana and Bradshaw's day, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Science and medicine has evolved the game so much.
Absolutely.
Weightlifting and, for example,
what we know about, diet and exercise is exponentially different than what it was even in the 80s.
Absolutely. Or what about from a medical perspective? If you tore your ACL in the 80s or 90s, you were done. Your career was over. Now you can tear your ACL and come back the very next year.
Adrian Peterson.
Exactly, and have the best, one of his best years ever. Probably his best year statistically ever.
Arguably.
Speaking of Adrian Peterson, he didn't do very well this year at all. The Vikings have to decide whether they're paying him $18 million a year or move on from that contract. What would you do?
I would free up some space to get new blood on the team.
Right.
Honestly, I mean,
I agree.
Think so, Chuck?
I agree.
That's an $18 million to $20 million a year weight on the ankle of that team.
Three $6 million players,
Also, in his defense, it'll give him a chance to get out there and maybe be someplace where he deserves to be.
Absolutely.
Someplace where you can chase that ring.
Absolutely.
And running backs age, quicker than most.
He's 31 right now, so next year, 32 years old.
Think about that.
But it's Adrian Peterson, though. He's
right,
a freak.
One of a kind.
If he has his best year, you could win a Super Bowl. Right,
going back to what
you only
John
need 1
said.
year.
Right?
You only need 1 year.
Absolutely, but going back to what John said, this is a freak athlete who has torn his ACL. I mean,
4 times?
Yeah,
3 times?
4
4
times?
times?
I mean, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Twice
where he would
each
be
knee?
right now at age 31 if he'd never had an injury? I mean,
he would have definitely broke
Right.
oh
all
my
the records.
gosh.
A few places he expressed interest in going. The Giants, he said, one. The Buccaneers, he said, was another team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Giants, Bucks, where would you see him going being a better fit?
Either team. I mean,
right?
He's a perfect fit.
Right?
I mean,
Either team. I mean,
his best chance for a
Giants.
Super Bowl is definitely Giants.
Yeah.
What about
G-Man.
Jameis Winston?
I mean, Tampa Bay's on the rise, though.
Right.
Man.
They are.
They're
They'll be in the
probably a
playoffs
couple
next
years
year,
out.
yeah.
But when it comes to the G-Men, they're like battle tested when
Right.
it comes to the Super
Sure.
Bowl. I mean,
And they
they're the
have
only
great
ones that have
defense.
and they could
beaten
use a
the
running back
Patriots
upgrade,
2 times in a row. Eli Manning, I
He
mean,
was the Brady Slayer.
it is
He is.
crazy.
He
That's the
is.
Brady Slayer. That's hilarious.
He brings out the worst in Tom,
Right? Got him twice. Right? So we'll see what happens with Adrian Peterson, and I mean he's a great player. I hate to see him down. Me
too.
I hate to
Yeah,
see
you
him
want
down.
to see
great
someone
athlete
like
down.
exactly.
You know
You
what I
want to
mean?
see someone like that.
It's like Calvin
Break
retiring.
records.
Right?
It's exciting to see an athlete like
It's like
that.
Calvin retiring.
Right.
That I mean, you've seen that. That hurt a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
Like
That's
not
like
even just
slap
on
in
the
the
team.
face like when Barry did it.
It's not even just the
We-
team though. I mean, it affected the league. Like everybody talked about it. Like Tillman. Charles Tillman came out.
If our listeners haven't noticed, we're from Detroit, so we're mourning the loss of Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders and all the careers that the Lions
ruined.
washed up.
That they just ruined because of the
Right.
worst franchise in sports history.
Right.
Well, now that we're on this, this topic of Detroit Lions, do you think that the owners and fans alike are just now, since we're out there winning games and almost making the playoffs, do you think that we're becoming content with just that?
Of course we are.
Or, because of where we've come from? Or do you think we should have the mentality of being a winning team, a Super Bowl caliber team? I think people in the city get content with having a pretty good record as opposed to 0-16.
Truthfully, though, when you are traditionally a terrible team, you
settle for whatever you can get.
A playoff appearance.
I mean, hey, did we all know they were going to collapse down the? Of course we did, but we all fed into it.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, they're going to be all right. No, they're not.
I know. I'm telling you right now. On my Facebook, I seen like 100 people say midway through the season when we were at the number 1 spot that we were gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
I know, right?
Stafford was better than Aaron Rodgers.
We've gotta stop. We've gotta stop just being content
hot air
with almost making the playoffs or having
because we didn't make the playoffs. We
backed 500 season.
Backing into the playoffs.
We limped into the playoffs.
It doesn't count as making the playoffs. Somebody lost, which gave you the chance to get in because you knew you were going to get destroyed by Green Bay, like you did.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Aaron Rodgers owns you.
On your home field.
On your home field, he owns you. Discount double check you.
At Ford Field.
On your own field.
Now, isn't it's true, too, like Matthew Stafford's contract's coming to an end, too, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's got one more
next
year.
Year.
Right, next year it's over. So, like, when we were talking about Peterson being a $20 million ankle weight to the team, Stafford's going to be about a $30 million. I think we need to move on from Stafford, too.
I can't do it.
You think we need to keep him?
You can't get rid of somebody
because we were
but we won't have no money to get anywhere else. He's going to always be stuck as a playoff making team with him.
He's going to have to learn how to make people better because that's the only way he's going to win.
Right.
And if he can't figure it out, then we just wasted all of our money.
Right.
But you have to take the risk.
Stafford, quarterback-wise, is literally as good as they get.
I agree
100%. Look at his numbers. Yep. He has 106 passer rating. Right. Okay, the guy's his touchdown to interception ratio is like the best in the league. This guy is an animal. When he was in high school, he was number 1 in the United States. Aaron Rodgers wasn't even a top 30. This is the caliber quarterback we have. Okay, This is someone I want to keep too, but he's going to command about $30 million a year. Where does that leave us? We need a better O-line to protect him then. Where are we going to get the money to do so?
Would you get rid of Tom?
Brady?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
Exactly.
Who would you get that's better than Stafford?
He's our Tom Brady.
You're not going to find
anybody better. Nobody has that arm strength to do what he does.
But how would we do? Let's say, can we just get into a hypothetical?
Go ahead.
What if we took someone like a Tony Romo, and we just built up our D-line and O-line around him, and we had a veteran quarterback out there? I bet you we could have about the same caliber season we have now.
Yeah, but Tony Romo is one hit away from a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Right, but that's also... we would be able to save about $15 million a year and build up around him and then get another Stafford in there.
We do got a structure, so we got to move on.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Great job. Doing great job. Okay, Matt Ryan is having a spectacular season. MVP type season. Now he's in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about Matt Ryan a little bit. What do you got to say? Go ahead. Lead us off, Chuck. You haven't lead it.
I think Matt Ryan's soft, but that's just me. He's killing it. He's killing it. He's got a great weapon. So 2 great weapons because that running backs are out cold.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Dude, they single-handedly ruined that whole game.
I
mean, Julio killed it. Obviously,
Julio Jones is.
Didn't he have over 200 yards yesterday, or close to it?
I don't know.
He went off
2 touchdown catches.
Yeah, he went off.
Yeah, and he's injured.
I know.
Wow,
his foot's injured.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That don't count.
Right. Tevin Coleman, the other running back, Devontae Freeman. Those guys are spectacular in the backfield. Man, those guys can ball. They have a balanced attack.
He just can't beat. They really, I mean,
They can pass, they can run. They're good in every phase of the game. You know?
See, and here's why I think that this game actually is going to be good, unlike these past games were atrocious.
I agree. I think it's going to be a fight.
The Patriots defense can hang with them. They got a lot of athletes over there.
Absolutely.
And they stole one of our athletes on top of it.
And vice versa. I think that the Falcons defense is going to be able to hang with Patriots offense.
How about
should be
they
a
better hope
slugfest.
so.
Right.
They better hope so.
Absolutely.
What about like Bill Belichick?
All it takes.
He trades Chandler Jones away. He signs Howie Long's son, Chris Long.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're in the Super Bowl. It's those risks that he's willing to take, but he understands that he's still going to get Chris Long later. He sees 3 moves ahead of everybody else.
Look at the Van Noy deal. Like we weren't even using them. We were just talking about that earlier. We weren't even using them.
Lions fans, we had Kyle Van Noy just sitting on the bench. He goes over to New England and he's playing every down, and
he's one of their.
He's producing in.
They said like he's one of their best linebackers on that team. Like probably if not the best. It's probably not the best, but
just another example of Detroit killing somebody's career.
Absolutely. What a shame.
You know.
And it's like it's almost getting to the point where it's like I kind of don't want to just say blame Detroit. I almost want to just blame the Fords.
Right.
You know, I feel
now it's like we're in a stint like we're not used to all 4 of our teams being terrible. We usually got one team that's good every year.
Normally the Red Wings is holding us up.
It ain't going so well.
Right.
All right. Let's move on to the Steelers letdown. Steelers were playing good the whole year. They got exposed by the Patriots. I think Edelman went over 100. Chris Hogan went over 100. So
Chris Hogan went well over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, what 170?
Yeah, Chris Hogan snapped. They exposed that secondary. Sean Davis had a good game. I don't know. I think he had like 9 tackles off the top of my head. He played good, the rookie that they drafted over there. But there really wasn't much else going on. Tom Brady, he facilitates this offense so well, and even though the Steelers made upgrades, you just can't match up with the Patriots offense.
Nope.
Nor
Tom Brady.
So what are the Steelers ever going to be able to do to get over that letdown and get over that hump of beating the Patriots?
I mean, they've already beat them, haven't they?
They have.
They've beaten them before. I mean, Roethlisberger's had what? 3?
Last 3 years, Patriots, man.
Bad.
The Patriots evolved again, you know.
Been there 3 times.
Right.
The Steelers, I mean, defensively, you got to get Cameron Hayward back. I mean, missing Ironhead's kid really hurt. You know, he got hurt and went out for the whole year. So they got to, I think Steelers have to improve defensively. Just keep loading talent to that defensive side of the ball, kind of like how the Broncos did. That way, eventually, they can just overpower that New England offense.
Yeah, I mean, they got enough talent on offense to get them through.
That's what I'm saying. But they came up short, too, so you got to – they need to get Martavis Bryant back.
Their offensive line looked horrible.
Right.
They were getting killed.
Yeah.
They were getting killed.
So they got to get better up front, too.
Yeah, and Steelers
got some
always one of those teams that you can almost count on to be in the playoffs.
Steelers got some young guys. They drafted that kid out of Central late.
Right.
He seems like a solid pickup. That what is his name? Walton.
Really?
Latarius Walton. He went to Clintondale actually.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, man.
Then went to Central. They drafted him, I think, in like the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
Maybe might have been later. I don't know. But, I mean, he made the squad, dude.
Right.
I've seen him play.
He's a ball player, man.
He's solid. He's a big dude.
Clintondale, man. Shout out to those Marine City Clintondale battles that used to go down.
That rivalry. We always took them out.
The Mariners versus the Dragons, baby.
Scarcelli versus Scarcelli.
Yep. Let's go on to the Packers secondary. Man. Got exposed.
Oh, man.
Matt, that's Kyle Shanahan, like, coordinating that offense, though.
How about their offensive line having the worst game of the season?
Yeah, for real.
Nobody noticed Aaron Rodgers was getting killed.
I
mean, Aaron Rodgers is a hell of a
he was getting killed, dude.
And he was still making plays.
Right. I mean, he does what he does.
Yeah, he does.
He would have did a lot. I mean, they just picked the worst day ever to collapse.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
He's got legs for a QB, man.
And the problem is that your defense is already limp. You know, they're already, dangling along in that secondary. And they made it far. I mean, they played.
Right.
But I mean, you can't leave them on the field the whole game when they're already struggling back there. You
absolutely.
You gotta give them breaks, man. You gotta give them time to relax. I mean, they're a young group. All their veterans are down.
Right.
I mean, you can't leave them out there to dry like that. They killed them. Their offense killed them. That's really what it was. You can't put it on the defense.
I mean,
your offense has to fucking. You gotta.
Right.
Right.
They did what'd they hang 44 points so it's got to be.
Yeah,
on the defense,
but
they were getting cooked out.
Bro, they were on the field for the whole first half of the game. Though.
I know, but they were getting fried, man.
Absolutely.
Like Randall is going to be a good player. He's in his second year, but I seen Julio pretty much stiff arm the dude and put him on a poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could have made a poster.
Julio's the best
shit.
receiver in the league right now.
I'd have to agree.
I mean, Julio's going to put anybody on a poster.
I have to agree.
Randall's going to be good. Everybody's like, "Oh, Randall's bad." It's like, dude, he's in his second year. Give him time to mature.
Julio's definitely the best receiver in the league now that Calvin's gone.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Man, after seeing Dez play that game, he was cooking. But I hear you, Julio's great too.
Yeah, Dez is good. He is good, but man,
Dez ain't Julio.
What about
Julio? To me, is on another level.
What about Le'Veon getting knocked out of action? Man, that killed them, man.
Totally. I mean, that's their whole game plan is him.
Tomlin said they didn't adjust when he got hurt, and it's so true. They had nothing after him.
You guys notice how they talk about this now, but when he runs, you notice that, like how he just like
he glides.
No, he just like stops, watches it happen,
yeah,
and then hits the hole. Like I noticed it one time, and I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden they started talking about it, and I'm like, oh, he does that every time.
It's all vision.
Craziest ball vision I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
how somebody can just stop on a dime.
That's a gift.
Yep.
Watch a play develop and then hit the hole like nothing happened, and
still another aspect.
Still have that pop in the hole, and then they lost that. I mean, when you literally lose your best player, and like the game changer, the tone setter.
Yeah,
you can't lose that. I mean, Roethlisberger used to be that person.
Right.
Then you had Hines Ward when something needed to happen. That old crackback, you know, something nasty.
Right.
Somebody said that Le'Veon does that because when he hits that hole, it's just
he's about that action.
Exactly. Those people are literally the spark plug that bring the life into the team.
Like when Roethlisberger was a rookie, he was that spark plug. That first year when they went to the AFC Championship,
absolutely,
and then won the Super Bowl the next year.
Everybody has their time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was literally 22 years old and bigger than everybody.
Yeah, he was Big Ben, man. He was huge.
Okay, our last topic for the day. Who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Patriots.
Definitely the
you
Patriots.
You have to. I mean
I don't Tom Brady has 4 rings, and Matt Ryan has how many?
Right.
I am a Patriot hater to the fullest degree.
They're like the Yankees, of course. Everybody fucking hates them.
But I just can't, for some reason, I can't bet against them this time. It's
no,
weird.
You can't.
It's
Tom is getting number 5.
You would be a fool to bet against them.
No, it's like I almost want them to get it just because it's like this is our era.
This is our Montana, our Terry Bradshaw.
Like, it's time for the news, so it's like, why shouldn't our era be the best? You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? I agree. We're definitely the era of record setters, you know?
There's no denying that. Between Manning and Brady, they broke it all.
Favre broke them
Favre
too.
As well, absolutely. Absolutely.
Drew Brees, who's probably the sleeper quarterback on everybody.
Yeah. Statistically, one of the best, for sure.
Think about it. I mean, the league is filled with monsters.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's got to be the
Think about it. Cam Newton. I mean,
they almost had
Eli Manning
dumb down the league because people are gonna die if they.
They
had to do it. I mean, like it's like I think about it, it's like, man, they made it soft, but then I think about it, it's like no,
these are harder than ever.
Like when you actually see these people in person, these men, these grown men, like it is like
Ray Lewis retired could kill one of us.
Yes,
right,
and he has killed people.
Yes, right. Freight train. He's a freight train.
Right, man. Oh man,
how can that guy not kill somebody in his lifetime?
Well,
he's too big.
He didn't. It was never confirmed. Let's make that clear. It's never confirmed at all.
Allegedly.
So, and for the record, I love Ray.
I love you, Ray.
I do.
We love you, Uncle Ray.
Best linebacker besides LSU ever played a game.
So he's the best ever.
So all the way around, it's Patriots easily.
Easily.
Patriots.
I mean, I don't know about easily. I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a great game.
And I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game either.
Really?
I think it's going to be a great game, and we know how Tom is in the clutch over Matt Ryan. I think it's going to go down to the wire.
I think Matt Ryan's going to collapse, but who knows? He could surprise the world like Eli did.
I mean, because it's more than Matt Ryan with this team, like I said.
Because Matt Ryan kind of reminds me of Eli in a sense.
There's going to be those contrarian people out there that go against the grain and choose Atlanta, and some of them might be rewarded.
Well, you never know. I mean, how many of us thought that fucking Eli first time?
They're going to get paid, for sure.
If Atlanta wins, they're going to get paid.
Listen, how many of us that first Patriots versus the Giants, how many of us thought Eli was going to beat Tom that first time? Not many.
Nobody.
Even the second time.
Nobody.
Not many.
But all of us forgot about the
We never know, man. Matt Ryan could come out stunned. It could be his time.
Right.
What?
You said, did I hear about that?
Oh, there was a guy when Aaron Rodgers made his, his statement when he said we will not lose a game from here on out, and they won 9 straight.
Yeah, they won 9 straight.
There was a guy that bet every game up into the NFC or the NFC Championship game. I don't know if he bet on that game, but he won $28,000.
Really?
Because every week he would just bet what he won.
Right, that's
bet
awesome.
Bet what he won. Well,
let's go Pack.
Woo! He got his cheese hat on in his apartment by himself. Woo! Got his cheese hat on. Making money.
Neighbors.
Hand over fist.
This guy's really passionate, man.
Like, man, he's really, into that Green Bay team.
His quarterback's a man of his word.
Right? The funny thing
out here making moves off these games.
The neighbors passionate, too. They love Green Bay, too. Everybody loves Green Bay up there,
Oh, dude.
$28,000 later, I might love me some Green Bay.
You go up in the Rabbit in Michigan, and everyone's a Green Bay fan.
Up north in the UP.
Yeah,
everybody's a Michigan fan.
They say, fuck the Lions. Exactly, man. Why would we be fans of them?
We need to talk about this for a minute.
Yeah.
UP people, how dare you disrespect the Lions?
You're still a Michigander. Even if you're in the Rabbit.
Listen, it's only 2.5 hours from where we're Rapid River. It's only like 2.5 hours to basically the stadium.
You're letting that Packer culture.
They gotta drive 10 hours to see the Lions play. It's like, and they're terrible.
They gotta cross.
And the Lions are terrible. Why would you not jump on that bandwagon at that opportunity? I mean, hey, you got your Lion faithful up there for sure.
That's like somebody being like, do you want to drive the Ferrari or do you want to fucking drive the Neo?
Yeah, it's like,
you're letting that Packer culture seep into our Michigan lands like that, dude.
Listen.
We're infected.
Listen,
we're infected up there.
Bro. You get brainwashed, though. Listen,
I know.
I got an experience for you.
It's crazy to me. It's fucking crazy to me.
That's
all we got. Thank you for the Power Podcast.